Is that the first cast?
That's the very first cast.
Or the second cast?
That's the first
that's
one.
a good fish, Scooter. Oh my goodness, come on, get him in here.
That's the first cast.
Sweet, look at him catch this crankbait fish. First thing in the morning, Saguaro Lake bass.
He's
Look
coming
at
in.
this.
Here he comes.
That's what I'm talking about, son. Look at that. Good job. I didn't even hook a crankbait up this morning.
I know.
Oh.
First cast, first fish. Uh-oh.
Well,
Oh, geez.
I thought.
Not
that
a
is
bad one right
awesome,
there,
brother.
huh? Like 2.5
Awesome
pounder.
bait. Oh, that's a nice fish.
It's still like, the sun's barely even up yet.
Yeah, you said we had to catch him early, huh?
Well, we got him fired up. Maybe we could catch us another one.
Yeah,
while we kind of get started.
Yeah, good luck. I just kind of did a little professional when I said that. I didn't realize I was in 10 foot of water when I felt that. You know, folks, we're at Saguaro Lake with my good buddy Scooter Griffith, and I'll tell you what, he's a great guide. He knows this water. He knows this lake. He comes out and guides on this water all the time, and he's going to show us a few little tricks during the summer here to catching fish, and he just did. We have no wind. 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't pick up a crankbait or a spinnerbait with really no wind, but it's early in the morning.
Yeah.
So early in the morning, you have that window of opportunity of catching some fish in the dead heat of summer like this. Most people are night fishing, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of night fishing going on. I've been doing some evening trips and stuff with Arizona Fishing Guides, and you know, it's been pretty cool. Like I said, it's a deal where they'll come out and, you know, we start about 4 or 6 o'clock in the evening and fish until like 8 or 10 o'clock and go home just as it's, you know, the sun's going down, or stay into the evening, that type of thing every once in a while. But it's been pretty fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, you just did a great job of catching that fish.
That didn't take long to catch one.
Dude, the second cast into the day.
Man, that could be, yeah, I hope it was, I can't remember if my first or second cast. I hope it was my second.
Stop on this reef, man. We'll catch something here. All right, let's see what we can't do.
If they're gonna move some water today,
Huh?
they're gonna move some water today, we could really catch them, I think. So we'll see what happens.
Now, explain to the folks at home about moving the water. Here on these lakes like this, we actually, they pull water in, or they pull water in
both
from
ways.
canyon,
They suck
both
water
ways.
back up to Apache, or up to Canyon, and then they let it run through and they suck it back up, back and forth. So when they do that, it creates current. And it really sets the fish up to be on certain little spots and certain rock piles and ledges and things like that. But sometimes it happens first thing in the morning, and then it'll switch, and sometimes they do it 2-3 times a day, where they go back and forth a couple times. And when they do it, it could be really good. But you gotta be in the right spot at the right time, that's for sure. Look at this on the graph. I think it's real key to like fish, you know, fish to where the fish are looking at. So the fish are looking upstream. The water's coming into the lake right now. So what we're doing is casting upstream and bringing it downstream so that the fish are looking, it comes right to their face.
Very smart. It's all about how you make your cast a lot of times. It's not always about the spot, you know, it's about how you present that bait to the fish. Oh, you got one, folks. Hey, Scoot's got another fish. Look at you go, baby. That was on that purple worm, huh?
No, this one is like that morning dawn color.
Oh, that pink.
Yeah.
Oh!
Not a giant,
well, we'll drop shot fish. But the key is, the ticket is we're catching them, or he's catching them, I should say. We're out here basically in the middle, using the graph, finding the ledges, finding the drop-offs, finding those reefs. And look, he ain't sweating.
No. He's the only one that's not sweating on this boat.
Yeah. Folks, it is getting hot. It's supposed to be 106 degrees?
Yeah, something like that today. It's gonna be hot.
So it's gonna get hot. And it's gonna be a scorcher today without a doubt. So hopefully we can catch some of these summertime bass, and maybe we'll get lucky and catch a big one. Well, I'm due.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of times when it's so hot out, their metabolism is going so fast that they do have to keep eating. You just gotta find where they're eating at, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a grind, and
you know, we found that at
grinding.
Roosevelt. We found that at Roosevelt, and you know, all these lakes, you know, these deep, clear reservoirs and stuff. I would assume that it's probably the same way. I mean, a bass is a bass no matter where you go. So if they're deep, they're deep. They'll get down to where that cooler water is, without a doubt. And then you'll have some busting shad, and we're seeing that, but it's a lot of yellow bass.
Yeah.
So
a lot of these little ones are out here chasing bait, but every once in a while, a school of those 3 and 4
fish.
pounders come up and
So you always got to make sure
start
you have a
pulling.
top water ready.
You better have
Without a
something
doubt.
to throw at them. I've thrown a drop shot at them. I've thrown everything just because I didn't have something, but you always want to be prepared and have something to throw at them.
Yes. 3 fish you've caught. I haven't even caught my first fish yet. Look at him go. You're off the front of my boat, pal.
Something.
Oh,
has
that's
to
a good one.
It feels like it might be a decent one.
That's a decent fish right there, son.
Pulling a little bit.
That's a good one. I see it. Oh, that's a nice fish. Beautiful clear
All right, I'll go
water
right
bass. Here, let me get out of your way, Mr. Guide. Look at that. He found some fish
Oh, I can
right
feel
there
him
on that
wearing down my
ledge.
line.
Huh?
Like it's in there pretty good because I can feel it rubbing on my line. Nice.
That's a nice. That's a
better.
summertime Saguaro Lake bass, folks.
Nice.
You're done.
That's what we needed right there.
Sit and have lunch.
Yeah, I think it was whoever catches 3 first does not buy lunch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, you're making rules now, huh? All right. All right. Fish number 4 for Mr. Scooter. Dude, that's a nice one, isn't it?
it sure feels like
Is
a
that-
first.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's another decent
man,
one.
That's like the last one you just caught. That's like the last one you just caught.
It's right off the edge again, you know?
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Come on, easy does it
He
now.
acted like he was a little bit bigger. Now he's.
Oh, he's a 2-pounder.
Yeah.
Sweet,
yeah.
baby. You're catching them on that pink worm. I'm gonna have to swap up. Nice.
Long and skinny.
Boy, they're hungry. Those aren't the
But-
ones that are busting out here, though.
I don't think so. You know,
No, that's a
you
lot
know,
bigger than the ones
it
that
would
are
make a
busted.
lot bigger splash, I think. So.
Yeah. You caught him in about 16 feet of water.
Yeah, I think we're sitting in 20, right? Oh,
Well,
actually, I think we moved in a little bit because I thought I was sitting in 16 and then we moved in just a little bit, but not too bad, huh?
Nice fish, brother. Now you're just throwing a straight tail.
Yeah,
This is what he's throwing, a straight tail worm.
it's the fat, but it's just a straight tail worm, you know?
Look at that, little straight tail worm. He's still rigging it weedless with the rebarb hook. But there's one thing that Scooter does with his drop shot that we were just talking about that I don't do yet because I haven't had the confidence in doing it yet. But explain to the folks at home that want to know about the different kind of drop shot rigs that we throw, but you're throwing braid.
Yeah. So
Explain that.
I've been throwing.
your worm back, by the
yeah,
way.
I think I'm gonna have to get another one.
Yes.
I've been using the last couple of years, you know, 3 or 4 years. I've been using braid to leader, to a fluorocarbon leader. So I'll put like 10-pound braid and then I'll run up and do a uni to uni knot and then put fluorocarbon leader on it. So that, you know, this is the part that the fish can see.
Sure.
But this part, the braided line part is, you know, no stretch. It's nice for no tangles. I mean, you can almost always get them out. I mean, I have people throwing and all of a sudden this huge rat nest comes flying out of the reel and I can almost always get it out. So that part I can really appreciate, you know, and
Sure.
that way the line lasts for a long time. It just depends on what line you use. There's Nanofill, there's, you know, Power Pro.
What kind are you using?
I use Power Pro. I've been using
Okay.
Power Pro for a while, so I've tried a couple different brands. I like Nanofill too. Nanofill casts really a long ways, but I think, for my opinion, I think the Power Pro has been best for me.
Okay,
You know, it's just my opinion.
Hey, you're the one doing
So.
it all the time, so that's great advice. How far do you run your leader from your braid?
You know what? I start out
I
with
see it
maybe
right there, right?
I start out with maybe 10 foot at least, and then throughout the day I'll probably shorten it up. If it gets somewhere around 6 foot, I'll cut it off and put
Sure.
another one on. But I like doing a uni to uni knot. You can do a blood knot, you can do a couple other knots.
What about
but
the Albright knot?
You can
How's
do an
that?
Albright knot.
Does that
I
work?
like the uni to uni because it goes right into the eyelet, all the way into the reel if I need it to. You
Okay,
know?
so what scared me is a lot of times I'll use 6-pound test line.
Yeah.
And I'm using fluorocarbon line for my drop shot. But the difference is can you hook 6-pound fluorocarbon line to the 10-pound braid without
Absolutely.
it cutting it or breaking it?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Because it's so thin and
It
that's
doesn't
what
matter.
makes me nervous, is
Yeah.
making that knot, you know?
No, you know, I was always worried about doing it too, but I mean, imagine, you know, all the big 6 and 7 pound largemouth that we've caught out of here.
Yes.
And I'll use anywhere from 6 to 8 pound test. you know, and I never have an issue. It doesn't break at the knot where you tie it. It breaks somewhere up in here because maybe the last fish you caught, like you can see, this is frayed a little bit. So I really need to retie it because that hook was so far in his mouth that his little teeth were scratching it.
Yeah. And
you know, if you don't pay attention to that part, that's where you're gonna break it at. But I never have an issue of where it's tied at the knot. I always have that issue here if I missed a part and I didn't retie it.
now there's a lot of folks at home that are like, okay, well, we see a lot of the shows, and you know, I try to let people understand that a lot of times on these kind of waters that we're fishing here in Arizona, that the drop shot is a very big key to catching a lot of these fish. And you guide all the time. Is it not one of your biggest tools out of the rod locker for some of your clients even?
Oh yeah, I'll bring out six spinning rods, and 3 of them have drop shot rods, you know, drop shot tied onto them. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's amazing how far this has come, and it's also amazing how you think about it. Everyone throws it, and yet the fish still eat it every single day. It's crazy.
That natural fall.
It is, you know, like I said.
Of course, the worm can make the difference.
Yeah.
Today I've been throwing my scorpion worm. I've got another pink purple worm I can throw too, but I'm gonna go ahead and change out because I haven't been bit. And it's just not the color they're going for right now. I know color can be key, you know? Ledges and drop-offs, knowing where the cast and things like that is also big when it comes to this. And you know, Scooter knowing the water very well, he knows where these ledges are out here in the middle of the lake and stuff where the reefs drop off and stuff. So that little advantage is great, but still, I still think that color can really play a big part on whether you're catching fish or whether you're not. Because I noticed you had a deep purple worm on when we first started this morning. Yeah. And now you've swapped up and went to the lighter color, and now you're catching fish.
Yeah, it's amazing that color, you know, and so many different companies make a color of like a morning dawn type of color. I mean, we're all used to that, that color. But there's a lot of companies out there that are making it, and at least some are similar to that color, and it really does make a difference. You know, like you and Josh fished a couple times, and it was plum berry was a good one.
Yeah.
It still has that
my
same.
sherbet.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it still has that same like pink color. It's funny when you give you give a pink worm to a client, and he just looks at you and laughs, and you're like,
really?
What? I'm serious. You're gonna catch him on that, and you have to actually prove it to him that you can catch him on it before they build that confidence up.
Well, let's put it this way. I think you've proven to me it works, so I'm swapping. I hope you brought more of those worms.
Yeah, 6 to 1 isn't too bad. Oh, I mean, is it 6 to 1 yet? No,
6
not
to
yet.
1. No,
that's only 4 to 0.
4 to 0. Can you believe that? Yeah, we got to give him a head start. I'm letting him run to the front of the boat. And that's another good lesson for you folks at home to understand. You let somebody run the front of your boat, expect to get whooped. I'm making a comeback right now. Picked up on it. Got him that time. Yeah. Ooh. Well, now he's going. Little target stick bass.
It's a nice one.
Look at that quality. That's quality, baby.
Oh, come here.
Got him, Scoot.
I just got smashed with water. What the heck is up with that?
On the comeback trail, baby.
Yeah.
Not a bad little fish.
No, that's a good one.
Caught him on that little. Oh boy, look at my line on that.
Yeah, he's all mangled up.
Wow, look at that.
Nice fish though.
Out in a little bit deeper water.
What the?
Heck yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Did you get soaked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First shower.
Now I take everything back I've been saying the last hour or two from you, thinking that he was just, what a terrible guide. No, awesome, awesome, dude. I tell you what, the little key spots that you come out and learn with your graph, this boy knows. He knew exactly where we were gonna get bit. And that's why you come out with Scooter for the Arizona Fishing Guides, huh?
Or you, he'll book a trip with you too.
Oh yeah, I mean,
call me up, I'll set you up with either one of us.
Well, what I love about going out with you though on your lake, see, is I learn all the good spots, so when I got a tournament.
Yeah, I hear you. That's okay though.
No, it's awesome, dude. I caught that on a little talking stick by Cactus Wren, and I'll tell you what, that little dude, that was fun, Scoot.
Yeah, that's nice.
I finally got bit. I'm like, all right, they're slacking my line.
Nice fish,
finally.
Too. You know, I like that little straight tail stuff.
Right here's the bait. And I'll put it up against the white where you can see it's got kind of Christmas tree color to it. It's got the green and red and, you know, and it's got the little flat tail right here, which is awesome because it does a little wiggle in the water, but you know, it's a great little drop shot bait. But I went from that curl tail to this, because I noticed he was throwing a straight tail worm. So I think that might have been a little bit of a help there. That's what I'm talking about, son.
That was a good one there.
Yes.
I might need to help you on this one.
Ah, little jump shot bass. That's on that scorpion bait. I went back to that scorpion.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it's a nice fish right there. See, Scooter, it's all about the quality, son.
Oh my God. It almost jumped in my lap.
I know that. It's still fighting pretty good. All right, you're done. 2-pound fish just giving me the muscle. Boy, they got shoulders in here, don't they?
Yeah. These fish on the walls get really strong, I think.
Thanks, Scooter. Appreciate that.
I didn't do anything.
That was in the boat. If we would have had a net, that was mine.
That was it.
That
If
counted.
there was a net, we'd have caught it.
All right, that counted? All right.
I'll let you count that one. Because it still doesn't put you above me, so I'll let you count
That's
that
2. I couldn't believe you. I should have said, don't touch the line, don't touch. Ah!
I don't even know if I touched the line.
You know you touched the line.
I mean, this doesn't really count when you jerk
It
on
counts when you jerk the hook out of the fish, don't it? He's killing me, folks. Look at you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's a toad.
Careful, careful.
Folks, that's the smallest fish of the day, but we're more in the mid part of the day going through the day now.
Yeah, that's
And
a
you
little
caught him
guy.
off the wall. Yeah, but I mean, they're schooling up probably alongside these walls right here.
Yeah,
Couldn't give you a better tip of the week during the summertime like this, folks, than this shade. You get alongside these bluff walls when the sun is at its highest, and we're in the afternoon sun, and we're dying out here with this heat. Come out to the bluffs and fish the shade. And I'll tell you what, the bass will use it for cover.
yeah.
Right?
It seems like the higher the sun gets, the less shade gets up against the walls, and the less amount of shade that you have is the less part where they can hide, and they'll just sneak right in there close, so you can get up there. You can kind of pinpoint them a little bit better.
Good catch, bud. That's
Nice.
it.
That's a better fish.
Look at you go, bud.
That's another
I'm a
bad
good guide. I told you these walls were to go, man. You wanted some help with that one?
Let's see if we can get him.
Oh, I thought you just lost him on that little bubblegum worm. He's catching him on a little pink worm. That goes to show you, man, the color, man, sometimes can be the trick. That's a nice fish. Hey, that's a good fish right there, brother. Very proud of you on that one.
No.
Huh?
He almost fell off.
You gonna get him in?
Oh yeah.
Now that's a
Not
lot
bad,
better
huh?
fish. That's the kind of fish you want to come out here and catch at Saguaro.
Yeah, that's
Right
fat.
there. During the mid part of the summer. Look at those fish he's popping.
That's a good one right there.
Folks, I'm telling you, the guy knows where to catch these fish. Scooter,
Nice fish, huh?
I've about had it. You turkey. No, I had a great time today on the show. We got to come out here during the heat of the summer, and it's not even noon yet.
Yeah.
So it's not even noon yet. Caught some fish, had a great time. I'll tell you what, when it comes to taking a guide trip on this lake, this is the guy to go out with, the Arizona Fishing Guides. I guide too at Apache, and I like to do that. Once in a while I'll pop over here, but obviously I gotta call Scooter and go, what's going on? No, it's all good. But I'll tell you what, I had a great time on the show,
Yeah,
buddy.
me too.
Thanks
you know.
for everything, and thanks for what you do for the show as well, man.
Oh,
We appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Like you
We
said,
do.
I mean, we have a good group of guys, so
Oh,
come
it's
out and
awesome.
see us and see what we can do.
It's awesome. Thanks so much for joining us on the water. Until next time, we'll see you. I'm Johnny Johnson.